So is my screen visible to you? Is my screen visible to you? Anybody?
Yes, sir.
So I told you about these things in the videos in detail. So since many of them did not watch the videos, so I thought of going through them briefly. Okay. Now, so in the last class, in the last 5 class, we have seen the spectrum of AM. Okay. Now this is spectrum of AM for a given sinusoidal message signal. So it has got 3 components. One is a carrier and 2 sidebands, namely upper sideband and lower sideband. Okay. So they told you these 2 sidebands contain same information or identical information, whereas this carrier does not contain any information. Okay. So that is the about spectrum. Now we have seen how to modulate a signal amplitude, and we have seen the spectrum of the signal. Now there will be one more thing that is called demodulation. So I told you in the first class, the demodulation will be what? Exactly opposite of the modulation. Okay. So in the demodulation, what we do? We recover our message signal back. So while modulating, what do? We transmit message signal using some carrier. So in the demodulation, we do reverse. What we do? So from the modulated signal, we recover the message signal. Okay. Now this is the simple diagram of demodulation. So input is modulated signal, output is a message signal. So also called as demodulated signal. Okay. Now, so here, so I told you already in AM, so the amplitude is following this amplitude, this envelope is following the message signal, correct? So in AM signal, so if you take this envelope, okay, it is following message signal, which means so if you can able to extract this envelope, so you get your message signal back. Okay. So the best way to demodulate this AM signal is we should extract the envelope of AM signal. What do? We have to extract this envelope. Okay. Now, so that is done by a device called envelope detector. So this is called envelope detector. Now it works. This ED works if and only if your mu is less than or equal to 1. What is mu? Modulation index. Okay. So whenever this mu is less than or equal to 1, then only we can able to get the envelope of this signal. Okay. I told you already in the last classes. If mu is more than 1, so the envelope crosses 0, it becomes negative. It leads to envelope distortion.
Distortion.
Okay. So that's why. So when mu is less than or equal to 1, so there is no distortion. There is no envelope distortion. So we can able to extract the envelope of this signal. Okay. Now this is a circuit of ED. Okay. So it uses very low cost components and it is very simple to design. Okay. So it contains some diode, a capacitor, a resistor, that's it. Okay. Now this is the demodulator. So why? Because input to the circuit is what? S of t, modulated signal. Output is M of t, message signal. Okay. So this is called demodulation. So both are important. So modulation and demodulation. So generally we do modulation in the transmitter part and demodulation in the receiver part. Okay. Now, so what happens is, now this is a diode, right? So diode will be having 2 modes of operation. One is forward bias, next one is a reverse bias. Okay. So what happens is, so during the positive off cycle of this carrier, in this period during the positive half cycle. So what happens to the diode? It will be forward biased. So because we are applying some positive voltage. Okay. So if it is forward biased, so generally what we do? We
Earphone
with the start circuit.
స్టార్ట్ అయింది నేను 9 అవుతుంది.
Please switch off your microphones.
ఏడునే అయ్యావా
No.
దొలాడి పెట్టుకుంటా.
So during the positive half cycle of the carrier, what happens? Diode will be forward biased. If it is forward biased, so we replace with what? Short circuit. Okay. Now, so whenever this will be short circuited, now what happens? This capacitor starts charging because it is connected to some source. Okay. Now, so capacitor charges to the peak value. So during the negative half cycle, during this cycle, okay, so what happens to the diode? It will be reverse biased. If it is reverse biased, we can replace with what circuit? Open circuit. Now, so if it is open
Sir,
circuited,
PPT is not visible, sir.
what?
PPT is not visible, sir.
What is it?
Sorry, your YouTube studio is appearing, sir, on the screen.
Okay, okay. Now,
No, sir.
is it visible?
Not visible, sir.
No, sir.
Just wait.
Not visible, sir.
Okay, okay. Now,
Yes, sir, visible. Visible, sir.
okay, so what happens during negative half cycle? So the diode will be reverse biased. Now, if it is reverse biased, obviously it will be open circuited, isn't it? Now, in that scenario, so we are left with only R and C. We are left with only what? This R and C. So this diode is detached. I mean, this is open circuited, so we don't have any connection with this source. Source is disconnected. Now, then what happens? This will be, we are left with only R and C. Now, what happens? Capacitor starts discharges. Okay. Now, simply, so during the positive half cycle of the carrier, diode will be on, it will charges. So, during negative half cycle of the diode, carrier, diode will be off, it will discharge. Now, this is the charging, discharging, charging, discharging, like this. So, this shows the charging, discharging of the capacitor. Otherwise, very clear written actual voltage across L, across C. Now, so if you take approximation, this will be the envelope. Okay. Now, so that is a simple working of ED. So for any clarification about this, please watch the videos. I explained very clearly over there. Okay. So this is the principle of operation. Just now I told you. Now finally what happens? Output is proportional to M of T. So output is not equal to M of T actually. What is output? Can you tell me? What do you get output as? See, so the the device is extracting the envelope of the given signal. What is the envelope of given AM? What is that?
Message signal, sir.
Not exactly message signal. I told you. What is that?
It's phase reversal.
That is in DSBSC. This is AC into 1 plus K M of T. in general. So that is what you get. So in that AC is a constant, no problem. 1 plus Ka m of t means what? What happened to your message signal? It is shifted by DC. How much? 1. Suppose you take cos theta. 1 plus cos theta means what? That is having a DC shift of 1 volt. Correct? So you get that one. So these are something. Finally, so you must understand this last point. That is very, very important. What is that? Selection of time constant RC. Now here, so in the circuit, we have a discharging path. While discharging, we have only R and C, correct? So it is discharging through this resistor R. Okay. Now, so we have something called time constant. If there is a RC circuit, what is time constant? R into C. Tau equal to R into C. Okay, that is nothing but your discharging time constant. Okay. Now, so we have some conditions about that discharging time constant. It should be it should neither be too large nor too small. It should be optimum. So what is that optimum value? It is RC, your time constant, or your discharging time constant should lie between 1 by FC and 1 by FM. Okay. So for a better performance of your ED means envelope detector, your time constant RC should be in between 1 by FC and 1 by FM. Okay. So some advantages, as I told you, it is very simple. It is easy to set up. It is low cost, all those things. So generally we use that in your commercial AM radios. You might have seen these kind of radios. Okay. Now, so I told you one problem with ED is it cannot demodulate whenever your mu is more than 1. So if mu is more than 1, what we call? We call it as a overmodulation, isn't it?
Overmodulation.
Yeah. So in case of overmodulation, I told you already. So this is your envelope, correct? It is becoming negative. Okay. Now, so when you apply your overmodulated signal to the ED, this is output. This is output you get. Okay. So this is envelope actually, but this is the output of the ED. How these are related? You can see, you can clearly see that if it is positive, it is also positive. If it is negative, in this region it is negative, but it has become positive. So here it is positive, positive means, so positive remains positive, but negative become positive. So that is nothing but what? Mod operation, correct? Now, so whenever mu is more than 1, so the output of ED is not proportional to M of t, but it is proportional to what? Mod of M of t. Okay. So here, generally, output is proportional to M of t whenever mu is less than or equal to 1. But when mu is more than 1, what is happening? Output is proportional to mod of M of t. So that's why, so mod of M of t will never be equal to M of t. Okay, because you can see clearly these two are very different. Correct? So if there is change in the amplitude, we can rectify it. Correct? But here, so these two are completely different of each other. So there is no proper demodulation, or so there is no recovery of your message signal. So that's why you cannot demodulate your AM signal whenever your modulation index mu is more than 1 using ED. Okay, that's the point you must remember. Okay. So one more thing is power calculations in AM. Okay. So this is AM equation, correct? Now, so power calculation means we have to find out what is the power of this S of t. Okay. Now, so let us take power of this carrier. What is the power of this carrier will be?
Amplitude square by 2.
Yeah. So generally, you know, suppose if I ask you what is the power of 3 cos 10t, 10 pi t, what is the answer? 3 cos 10 pi t, what is the power of that signal? Anybody?
9 by 2.
Sorry, 9 by 2, sir.
4.5, correct?
4.5.
Same way. So what is the power of this AC cos 2 pi of CT? that is AC square by 2. So amplitude whole square by 2. Correct? Next. Now let us take another point, another term. So we got power of this carrier, that is AC square by 2. What the power of this signal? Let us see. Now, so what I assume is this is a cos waveform with amplitude AC Ka M of t. Okay. So this is sinusoidal. Approximately, I can assume that this is also a sinusoidal signal with amplitude what? AC Ka M of t. Okay. So this is a cos with amplitude how much? AC into Ka into M of t. Okay. How can I assume like that? Because M of t also time varying function, correct? Here M of t is a function of time. It is also a function of time. So both are function of time. But so I am assuming AC Ka M of t as a amplitude, which is a constant. Why? Because cos 2 pi fct is varying very fastly compared to the M of t. Okay, why? Because so the Fc is much more than Fm. This is a general condition. Okay. Now simply I can say like this. This is moving very fastly. It is moving very slowly. Okay. Now you take relative velocity or relative position. So I can say that this is a constant compared to this one. Is it okay? So something is moving very fastly. Okay, this is moving very slowly. So more or less we can say that it is also a constant. It is also not moving. Okay. Now in that sense, AC Ka M of t will be a constant, whereas this will be a time varying function. Is it okay? So remember, here just an assumption. So it is approximation. Why? Because so Fc will be much more than Fm. Okay. Now here, so it is also a cos theta with amplitude how much? AC into Ka into M of t. Okay. So so here we have function of time anyway. So we should take instantaneous power. Power means again AC square Ka square M of t whole square by 2. So that's what I've taken. How to get average power? We take expectation. You know what is expectation? So expectation of this equal to, so since these half AC square Ka squares are completely constants. Okay, there is no doubt about it, isn't it? You can take outside expectation. Now we are left with only expectation of M of t whole square. So it is nothing but power. I told you already. So expectation of x square, if x is a random variable, expectation of x square is a power, or mean square value we call it as. Okay. Now, so I am calling that as Pm. So expectation of M of t whole square equal to Pm. So that is nothing but power of your M of t. Okay. So finally, what is the average power of your this term? This term, that is of AC square Ka square. This is nothing but Pm. Correct? Pm. Now, so in S of t, we have two terms. This AC cos 2 pi fct term and AC Ka M of t cos 2 pi fct term. Now, power of this term is AC square by 2 and power of this term is how much? AC square Ka square PS AC square Ka square Pm by 2. Now, if you add these two, you get total transmitted power of S of t. How much is that? Power of this signal, this part, that is how much? AC square by 2 plus power of this term. How much?
AC square.
A square Pm by 2. If you add these two, you will get the total transmitted power. How much is that? So you can take AC square common, AC square by 2 common, for that matter, 1 plus Ka square Pm anyway. So that is about the total transmitted power of your AM. Now coming to power efficiency. So now we define power efficiency like this. We denote with eta. We define like this. What is that? Useful power by total power. Okay. Now what is useful power? That is a power in sidebands. I told you just now. So in the spectrum, we have three components. What are they? Lower sideband, upper sideband, and carrier. So the information is in the sidebands only, not in the carrier. So the pure carrier does not carry any information, or it does not convey any information. So that's why. So useful power is nothing but power in sidebands only, not in the carrier. Is it clear? So total power means, just now we have seen how much is total power? PT, the total power. So total power means the power with which you are transmitting your signal. Okay. Otherwise, the power required to transmit S of t is called total power. Okay. Power required to transmit this S of t is called total power, that is PT. You have calculated just now. But so useful power means power in sidebands only. Correct? So what are power in sidebands? Can you tell me?
Half AC square KA square PM.
Yeah. Why? Because so this is carrier, this is sidebands. If you take the Fourier transform, in the last class I told you, so this is carrier term. Correct? What do you get here? AC KA by 2 M of F minus FC plus M of F plus FC. So they correspond to upper sideband and lower sideband. So in this expression of S of t, the first term refers to carrier, this term refers to two sidebands, both sidebands, upper sideband and lower sideband. Is it okay all of you? Okay. So since it is in the time domain, so we have to go for frequency domain. So this is for carrier, it is for sidebands. Okay. Now carrier power is S square by 2 and power in sidebands is how much? Of S square K square PM. So power in sidebands is nothing but power of this term. Agreed or not? Okay. Now, so this is okay. Right. So this is what the expression, power in sidebands of S square K square PM by total power. Just now we have derived S square by 2 plus 1 by 2 S square K square PM. So if you calculate, how much you get? So in the denominator, numerator, common things are S square by 2, correct? Half S square by 2 is common. Cancel out K square PM by 1 plus K square PM. So this is what the power efficiency of your AM signal. Okay. So why we go for power efficiency? What is importance of power? I told you in the starting itself. So we have two resources. What are they? Power and bandwidth. Okay. So we should use them carefully. We should never waste power. We should never waste bandwidth. So that's why always we worry about how much power we are using and how much bandwidth we are using. Okay. Now what is the bandwidth in this case of FM? 2 into W, twice the bandwidth of message signal. Okay. That is already been discussed. So this is the power efficiency of the AM. Okay. Now you can ask me, so just now I told you carrier does not carry any information. So let me go back. So this carrier, pure carrier, does not convey any information. Then why are you transmitting? Correct? If it is not carrying any information, then why are you transmitting that carrier? That is the question, right? So
Go for a longer distance.
yeah, what no?
To reach for a longer distance.
No, not so. We have this is a carrier. See, so the one important thing is already we have carrier. This is also carrier. What is this? AC cos 2 pi f ct. We have carrier again. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Are you with me? So this is simply a transmitting. Okay. So what you are saying is for longer distances, you can do with this also. Correct or not?
Yes, sir.
See, here also there is a carrier. Please remember. AC cos 2 pi f ct. What is that? That is also carrier. But that is being multiplied with what? M of t. Okay. So your longer distance concept will be done by this term also. It is also enough.
Okay.
So in this AM, we are adding extra carrier, I can say. We are adding extra pure carrier, which does not contain any information. Okay. So the advantage of adding that carrier is, so we can able to demodulate using ED. Okay. So no other modulation technique can be demodulated by ED. Only AM is demodulated using ED. ED transfer, envelope, detect. Okay. So because that ED you have seen just now, it is very, very simple. Yes or not? Very low cost, very simple. What it contains? A diode, a resistor, a capacitor. That's it. You can design in lab also. Okay. It is very, very cheap. It costs maybe 10 rupees. That's it. Not more than that. Okay. So just because we are adding extra carrier, that is the reason why you can able to demodulate using ED. Okay, so we'll come to know this later, but that is advantage. Okay, but what is the cost we are paying for it? Can you tell me? It is giving very bad power efficiency. Obviously, see, you are transmitting something that is not contain any useful information. Obviously, that is wasting our power, isn't it? Okay, so there is a trade-off. You can call trade-off. Okay, in AM, so you get a poor power efficiency, but we have a very simple demodulation. Are you with me? Okay, so let us see what is the power efficiency. Poor power efficiency means. I'll explain very clearly. Okay, now, so let us go to our general method of having message signal to be sinusoidal. Okay, now power calculation for sinusoidal message signal, which means, so I am taking m of t to be what signal? Cos 2 pi fmt, am cos 2 pi fmt. Okay, now this is s of t. We are told in the last class also. Okay, now so let us do some calculations for this special case. What is the power in the carrier? Can you tell me? S square by 2. Okay, so what is this term? This term corresponds to USB. I told you already. It is in time domain, please remember. But if you take in frequency domain, this is USB. Correct or not? Hello? Okay. Now, so what is the power of this term now? Here, the amplitude of this term is AC mu by 2. So, what is the power? AC mu by 2 whole square by 2. Agreed or not? How much you get? AC square mu square by 8 you get.
8.
Okay. So please do some calculation in your mind. Is it okay, all of you? Same thing happens with USB also. It is also having same amplitude. What is that? AC mu by 2 whole square by 2. AC mu square by 8. So what is total power? Power of carrier plus power of USB plus power of LSB. Okay. Now what is that? AC square by 2 plus this. Correct? Now AC square by 2 plus AC square mu square by 4. Now here in PT, what is S square by 2? Power of the carrier. Carrier, pure carrier. What is AC square mu square by 4? Can you tell me, anybody? What is AC square mu square by 4? What is that? Anyone?
Single sideband. Sir.
Not single. See.
No, sir. That is the power of the sidebands.
Power in the sidebands, both sidebands. See,
Yes, sir.
let us go to calculation. PC plus PUSB plus PLSB. I told you. PC is S square by 2. This is PUSB and PLSB. Add these two. What do you get?
Yes.
They're equal, no?
Yes, sir,
So
two
S
times
square
of
B
S
square by
square.
4. Now it is nothing but power in LSB plus power in USB. Otherwise, add these two. How much you get? PLSB plus PUSB. How much? S square mu square by 4. So this is nothing but power in sidebands. If I say sidebands, it is both sidebands. Correct? Okay. So simply this is power in carrier. This is power in sideband. Okay. Now PT equal to, so AC square by 2, you can take AC square by 2 common here, correct? Take AC square by 2 common, you are left with 1 plus mu square by 2, correct?
Yes,
Now, but what is AC square by 2?
Carrier power.
PC. So I am writing PC. Now this is the total transmitted power of your AM if your M of t is cos 2 pi FMT. AM cos 2 pi FMT. Okay, I told you. So what is power in sidebands? AC square mu square by 4. But here also you can write AC square by 2 is what? PC. Now you can write PC into mu square by 2. So please remember this. Power in sidebands is PC into mu square by 2. Power in the carrier is PC. Now let us go to the power efficiency. What is the formula power efficiency? Power in sidebands, useful power by total power, that is in turn equal to power in sidebands by total power, means PSB by PT. Correct? How much is that now? PS by PT. Can you tell me? What is PSV by PT?
PC mu square by 2.
You can calculate in your mind. There's very simple calculations, right? What is, you know, PSB by PT? So PC mu square by 2 by PC into 1 plus mu square by 2. What is PT? I told you just now. Correct or not? Okay. So this is PT. What is PT? PC into 1 plus mu square by 2. PSB is how much? PC into mu square by 2. What is eta now? Tell me. You can take pen and
K
paper.
square.
You can take pen and paper. What is there? Okay. So let us not waste much time. Now tell me, please tell me
K
now.
square by 2 plus mu square, sir.
Yeah.
Mu square by 1 plus
Not 1, 2. So mu square by 2 plus mu square. This is the power efficiency of your AM signal. Okay. This is very important. So that is the power efficiency of your AM. What are conditions? What are condition? Can you tell me? What condition? Anybody? See, I told you power efficiency just now. One more power efficiency. What is that? K square PM by 1 plus K square PM. That is for any general message signal. It is for what message signal? Sinusoidal message signal. That is the difference. Okay. So you can clearly see that. So if mu increases, it also increases. Okay. Now, so just now we have discussed for ED, mu must be less than equal to 1. So what is the maximum value of mu will be now? 1.
1.
Correct or not?
Yes.
Okay. Now, so what is the maximum power efficiency now? It happens when mu equal to 1.
Yes, sir.
Correct or not?
Yes,
So this term will have maximum value when mu equal to 1. When mu is maximum, it is maximum otherwise. So this term eta will be maximum when mu is maximum. What is the maximum value of mu for the better performance of ED? 1.
1.
I told you just now. So using ED, you can demodulate if and only if your modulation index mu is less than or equal to 1. So in that case, what is the maximum value of mu? Equal to 1.
1.
Correct? Now when mu equal to 1, so this will be maximum. We call eta maximum. How much is that? 1 by 2
1
plus
by
1.
2 plus 1. 3.
How much is
1
that?
by
1
3,
by
sir.
3. Or in the percentage, 33.33%.
3, 3, sir.
What does it mean? So power efficiency, poor power efficiency, because
Because
67% of the power is wasted. Okay. Now here, so let us go to the basic definition of this power efficiency. It is 1 by 3. Let us take. What do you mean by that? So the ratio of useful power to the total power equal to 1 by 3. What do you mean by that? So useful power by total power equal to 1 by 3. So means what? Suppose you transmit 100 watts. Suppose you're transmitting, total transmit power is 100 watts. Okay, let us take a
in
simple.
that only 1/3 is useful.
Yeah. So you're
100.
transmitting 100 watts. Okay. In that 100 watts, only 33 watts power is giving some useful information. You're using among from the 100 watts, only 33.33 watts is carrying our useful information, and the remaining around 67 watts is not carrying our useful information. It's carrying carrier. Okay. So which means you're wasting 67% of the power. You're using only 33.33.
3.33%.
So it has got poor power efficiency. It has got poor power efficiency because you are wasting more power than that is being used. Okay. So that's why. So this AM is having poor power efficiency. Okay. But I told you,
Simple
So-
demodulation technique.
At the cost of simple demodulation. There is a trade-off. Otherwise, give and take policy, something like that. So at the cost of having simple demodulation, we are okay with having poor power efficiency. Is it okay? Now, so it depends upon some usage where you are using. Okay, let us take some broadcast applications. So broadcast means, broadcast, right? AM, FM, TV, they are called broadcast. Okay. So in that broadcast scenarios, so we have less number of transmitters, more number of receivers. Do you agree with me or not? You take a radio. So radio means we have very few number of radio stations which are transmitting some signals, correct? But we have some millions of receivers. Who is the receiver? Your AM radio set.
Radio, sir.
I told you figure just now. Are you with me or not?
Yes, sir.
Let us take a TV otherwise. So TV is a broadcast. Why? Because so the transmitters are very less in number compared to the receivers. You have some hundreds of TV channels, but you have some millions of TV sets.
Yes, sir.
Okay, that is called broadcasting. TV, AM radio, FM radio, they are all called broadcasting. So in that scenarios, so very less number of transmitters are there. So in that case, having a poor power efficiency is not a matter. It is not a problem at all. Why? Because so very few number of people are transmitting. Clear? Are you with me or not? Okay.
Yes, sir.
So they can handle that because very few number of people are transmitting. But so in that case, our receiver should be very simple. It should be very, very simple, very low cost, very simple. Why? Because we have more number of receivers. Okay. So if receiver is costly, we cannot deal with that. Why? Because we have more number of receivers. So in economic point of view also it is not valid. So since we have more number of receivers, our receiver should be simple. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So but we can handle
Yes, sir.
poor power efficiency because some people are transmitting, very less some people are transmitting. They can handle that. But so since more number of people are receiving, so they should have a simple receiver. So they don't bother about power efficiency now because they are not transmitting. So let us take TV. You're not transmitting anything. They're just receiving. What do you think about yourself? You should have a simple receiver. You don't bother how much power they're using to transmit. Correct. It is their problem. So they will take care. So that is a logic. Hope you understand my logic. Clear? Okay. See, everything is with money only. See, you are using more power means you are spending more money. Nothing more than that. Okay, you can think of like that. Is it clear? So we are transmitting using more power means you need more money. That's it. Okay. Okay. So let us go to this power efficiency. So that is 1/3. It is for only sinusoidal message signal, but it is maximum is 1/2 for any type of message signal. You can take this for very, very important. I told you already. This expression is only for what? If and only if
Sinusoidal.
is
Sinusoidal.
AM cos 2 pi FMT. In general, what is the power efficiency formula? In general, this is a
A square.
in general power efficiency formula. Here, I did not say what is M of t. Did I say? No. I say M of t is any message signal. So what is PM?
Expectation of
Power of
message.
M of t. I did not say what is M of t here. It can be anything. Are you with me or not? Okay.
Yes.
So see, please understand the difference. So in this course, we have two formulas for everything. One is for general M of t, other is for specifically if M of t is AM cos 2 pi FMT. Clear? Okay. So it is for in general.
Sir, I have a doubt, sir.
Tell me.
Sir, which one is more costlier commercially? Is it transmitter or receiver?
So you're talking about AM or FM. See, it depends upon which mode of transmission we are using. See, if you take AM, you have AM radio. If you take FM, what is the receiver? FM. If you
FM.
take TV, your TV set is a receiver.
Yes.
It depends upon what you are transmitting, what you are receiving. That is it.
Okay, sir.
Are you get me, or is it okay?
Okay, sir.
Yeah, so there are so many broadcasting applications. Satellite is one mode of broadcasting. So anyway, that is not useful for common man. But so basically, we have AM radio, FM radio, and TV. So we'll discuss about them later. Okay, we'll get to know about them later.
Sir,
So tell
sir,
me.
it is different for different message signals to transmit.
What ma?
Means different message signals means a different cost will apply.
Different message means different.
అంటే వీడియో సిగ్నల్ పంపించడానికి ఎక్కువ కాస్ట్ పడుతుంది లైక్ ఇలా ఉంటుంది.
Obviously, see, so here, so we are in the starting of the course. So we are talking about only one kind of modulation. We have so many modulation. So we use particular modulation for particular signal. Yeah, so here, see, listen. So we are in the starting, right? We'll discuss few more techniques. So after the finally, I will tell you all the things. Okay. So for what signal, what is the best modulation technique? What is the useful power? What is the required power? All those things. Is it okay?
Okay.
See, this is only is the oldest technique actually. This AM is the oldest technique. Clear? So we have got so many new techniques. So at the end of the maybe after maybe 2 or 3 weeks, you will get to know everything. Is it okay? So as of now, please keep that doubt with you. So after 2 or 3 weeks, I will tell you everything. Okay, we have a table, so I will detail explain with you. Okay.
Okay.
So it is in the starting itself, so I cannot tell anything right now. So just remember these things. Okay. Yep. Now it is maximum is 1/2 for any type of message signal. Means so you get only maximum of 50% power efficiency for any kind of message signal. It can be any message signal. Okay, so it will never cross 1/2. So that is a drawback of AM. Okay. Anyway, so you are wasting your 50% of power. Correct. So okay. Now that is about this power efficiency. Now how to improve the power efficiency? The best solution is remove that pure carrier which is not having any useful information. You can remove that because anyway it is not carrying something that is useful to us. Okay, so that leads to one more kind of technique that is called double sideband suppressed carrier. So the name itself indicates, so we are retaining 2 sidebands, we are suppressing the carrier, which means we are transmitting 2 sidebands and we are removing that carrier. That now we get one more new technique, a new modulation technique known as double sideband suppressed carrier, simply we call DSB-SC. Okay, simply called as DSB-SC. Okay, now here so you can think of, so let us take DSB-AM. DSB-AM stands for AM only. So this is what the signal we have. Are you with me? So this AM signal, from this AM signal, I am removing this term. What term? AC cos 2 pi FCT. Because you can remove that because it is not carrying any information or anything that is useful to us. Now you are left with what now? This term only. Ka m of t into AC into cos 2 pi FCT. Ka also not required now. Okay. Now simply you can write m of t AC cos 2 pi FCT. So simply, so this is a modulation, multiplying message signal with carrier. I told you in the somewhere in the first or second class. So this is the modulator. It is called product modulator. It is called as product modulator because it is multiplying 2 signals, nothing more than that. It is an analog multiplier, please remember. So it is an analog multiplier. It is not so simple. It is very difficult to design. But so by using figure, you can represent like this. Okay. So m of t into AC into cos 2 pi FCT. This is what DSB-SC means. Okay. We have removed this term. That's it. Anyway, Ka is a constant, we have removed that also. Okay. So what is importance of Ka in AM actually? So what is mu value? I mean, what is the mu formula in general? A basic formula I told you.
A into AM.
A into AM, right? So someone asked me doubt, right? Sorry, I forgot. So here, yeah, sorry. So here, where is mu? Mu equal to K into AM. So mu equal to K into AM. Here, what is the purpose of Ka? So suppose AM is, let us take 4 volts. What is AM? Let us take 4 volts. Now, so Ka will be 1 by 4, maybe less than 1 by 4. So suppose Ka is 1 by 5, AM is 4. What is mu? Ka is 1 by 5, AM is 4. What is mu? Anyone?
5. 4 by 5.
Means 4 by 5 means 0.8. Okay. Now, so the job of Ka is to make sure that mu is less than or equal to 1. So it is a design specification. Okay. So in the designing part, we design Ka such that, okay. So according to AM, it will be decided. Suppose if AM is 10, Ka must be less than 1 by 10, so that mu will be less than 1. Is it okay? So the job of Ka is to make sure that your mu is less than 1 or less than or equal to 1. Okay. So according to AM, the value of Ka will be decided so that our mu will be always less than or equal to 1. Okay. So it is a design specification. That's it. So it is a circuit parameter, I can say. Okay. So here, so how you got this formula? So this formula is by taking this to be positive. This term should be positive in any case. So one more thing, here you can write simply Ka m of t, you can write. You need to write minimum maximum also. This is also correct. You can simply write mu equal to Ka mod m of t. That is enough. Okay. So I have written here. Okay. So AC 1 plus Ka m of t cos 2 pi f ct. That is nothing but Et cos 2 pi f ct. What is Et now? Envelope. So that equal to AC into 1 plus Ka m of t. So for Et to be more, mod of Ka m of t must be less than or equal to 1. This implies mu must be less than or equal to 1. Okay. So mu equal to Ka mod m of t. That is also enough. No need to write minimum maximum. If you write well and good, no need to write also. It is also okay. So what is mu? Equal to Ka mod m of t. Is it okay? This is the simple derivation. Now here, so S of t equal to AC cos 2 pi f ct plus AM AC cos 2 pi f mt cos 2 pi f ct. Now you can take AC common. What do you left with now in this term? If you take AC common, what do you left with? AC common 1 plus AM by AC cos 2 pi f mt cos 2 pi f ct. So AM by AC equal to nothing but mu. Here there is no Ka. Okay. See, Ka is nothing but a design specification. So how you design your AM system, AM transmitter, that's it. Okay. Here also it is also AM only. Why? Because we have a carrier plus M of t into C of t. Is it okay? We have a carrier C of t plus M of t into C of t. Okay. But we should make sure that AM by AC is mu that is less than 1. Okay. So this is simple derivation. Okay. So that is about importance of importance of Ka in designing the AM system. Okay. So now this is about power efficiency of AM. Now DSBSC, let us go to DSBSC. So we are removing one carrier. Now this is what DSBSC means. This is the equation of DSBSC. What is that? you're multiplying m of t with c of t. That's it. Okay. Next. Okay, so the spectrum will be very simple because the spectrum of AM already we have studied. From that, remove the carrier. You'll have to be this term only. There is no Ka also. Okay. So this is what the spectrum of your DSBSC. Do you agree or not? Okay. So just remember the spectrum of AM. From that, remove the carrier term and remove the term Ka. So you're left with this term. This is spectrum. Now, so here we have only two components in the spectrum because carrier is being suppressed. What are the two components? Upper sideband and lower sideband. Okay. So there is no carrier at FC that is being suppressed. So that is a important thing of DSBSC, correct? So in DSBSC, what happens is your envelope does not follow message signal. Okay, unlike AM, in DSBSC, the envelope of DSBSC does not follow M of T. So that's why you cannot demodulate using ED. Okay, here I have written very clearly. So the envelope of DSBSC signal is different from the message signal. Okay, so there in AM, so the envelope following message signal, but in DSBSC envelope does not follow message signal. That's why you cannot do demodulation using ED. Okay. So this is spectrum. So I have taken the same spectrum of AM. Only difference is I have removed the carrier term at FC and at minus FC. I have removed the carrier term at FC and at minus FC. So, and there is no Ka term also. AC by 2 M of 0. This is what the amplitude of these two triangles. So this is the spectrum of DSBSC. So without carrier, that's it. Now what about bandwidth? It remains same. Bandwidth is not changing. Okay. So far so good.
So may I ask doubt?
Tell me.
So there is information or data in USB and LSB. So
Yeah.
is that information both is same or different?
Same.
Okay, sir.
So that is the problem of DSBSC actually. Okay. So okay, your doubt is correct. So we'll discuss in the next class. So
Okay, sir.
what happens is you can remove one sideband. Further, you can remove one sideband. Then it's called SSB, single sideband. So what happens is first we take AM. In AM, we have one carrier, two sidebands. So we know that carrier is useless. We have removed it. So
Yes,
that's
sir.
called DSBSC. Means you have two sidebands, no carrier. But so two sidebands also carry same information. So next question arises: why to transmit two sidebands? Because if they are having same information, so why to transmit two sidebands? You can remove one sideband. That leads to one more technique that is called single sideband modulation. Here you are transmitting only one sideband. You transmit either upper sideband or lower sideband. Okay. Okay, we'll discuss everything later. So let us go with DSBSC. So that is called bandwidth. That is nothing but 2W. Okay. So let us take simple example. M of t cos 2 pi f ct, C of t cos 10 pi t. So this is what DSBSC signal. Okay. Now one important thing we must observe here is, so this is a message signal. Okay. So this is a carrier signal, I mean modulated carrier. The blue color is carrier. Carrier means modulated carrier. This red color is message signal. So what happens here is, so whenever this message crosses this zero axis, okay, whenever this message crosses zero axis or crosses this zero, so there is a phase reversal for the carrier. Okay, phase reversal means phase shift of 180 degrees. Okay, you can see clearly. So this is the carrier, modulated carrier. That is what? Modulated carrier. So just after this point, what is happening? So there is a phase shift of 180 or phase reversal. So phase reversal means, So plus means plus becomes minus, minus becomes plus. So after this point, it becomes negative. I mean, so this whatever is here becomes negative. And after this point, again it becomes a phase reversal. Again there is a phase reversal. And just after this point, again there is a phase reversal. You can see very clearly. Okay. So whenever this message signal crosses 0, so there is a phase reversal for the modulated carrier. Okay. So one thing you must remember for DSBSC. Now one more thing. So if you take the amplitude of amplitude envelope of the DSBSC, what do you get? What envelope? Envelope means joining the peaks. Join the peaks. What envelope? Join the peaks. So can you tell me what will be the envelope of this DSBSC? Anybody?
Sine or cos?
Cos,
Cos.
Not exactly cos. Can you tell me what is the envelope of this signal? Join the peaks and tell me. Only peaks. These peaks. Just join like this. Anybody? I am showing how to join the peaks. What do you get? I have drawn the joining the peaks. Now tell me, what is the envelope of your DSBSC? Huh? Anyone? It is mod of m of t. If m of t is cos, you're getting mod of cos. You can see here like this. So after the class, open the PPT and try to draw the envelope, joining the peaks. So that's why I told you one thing. So the envelope of DSBSC modulated signal is therefore different from the message signal, which means that envelope detector is not applicable to retrieve m of t. Maybe because your envelope is not proportional to m of t, so it is proportional to mod of m of t. Okay. And one more thing is, whenever this message crosses 0, so there is a phase reversal for the carrier. So otherwise, this modulated carrier undergoes a phase reversal whenever this message signal crosses 0. Here also. So whenever message crosses 0, there is a phase reversal. Okay. So I told you one thing. You can draw everything in the something called Desmos. Anybody open Desmos? Anyone? I told you in the last class.
yes, sir. Open.
Open that and draw all the figures. You can choose any value of your choice. You can choose m of t, something like that, c of t, something like that. You can draw the figures. You will get very clear figures. So you can have a better understanding by drawing those figures. Okay, I have drawn for only 2 or 3 signals. You can draw for your any signal. You do that, you will get everything. Is it okay? If you have any doubts, just go to Desmos and draw the cos and sine waveforms. You will get to know. You will get AM signal, you will get DSB signal, everything. You can try. Please try now. Okay. So here I have shown whenever message crosses 0, there is a phase reversal. So for better understanding, you go and draw the figure. You will get to know. Clear? You will get it exactly. You will get like this. The discount I have taken from Desmos only. Is it clear? Okay. So you can choose any value for FC and FM. Okay, you do that. Okay, so I hope you are running out of time. Just 1 minute. So now I will close this. Now you read these things. Just go to my video checklist. Okay. So you read everything. from this point to this point. I told you everything in video. So I assume that I explained everything now. So in the next class, I'll start with SSB only. Okay. So this part I finished read now. So if you have net problem, just open the PPT and read it. I written very clearly. So at least read the PPT. Otherwise, go to YouTube channel and watch the videos. I assume that you watched these videos. So I don't explain these things in this class. I'll directly go to next modulation technique, that is SSB. Is it okay, all of you? Is it clear? Okay. So right. So we stop here now. So thank you.